Welcome back to Sage and the Rage.
I'm Sage.
And I'm Rage, and spoiler warning.
So, some new stuff from Battle for Azeroth has hit our knowledge centers, and we're going to be digging into that. So if you kind of want to avoid, Battle for Azeroth content and want to hit it fresh, click off the video. It's time to go.
Yep, already. Thanks for visiting.
Bye-bye.
But in follow-up, we made a piece that did pretty well. Lots of people watched it, lots of comments, lots of conversations on Thrall and Jaina. And here we have a lot of information involving Jaina. And so what Sage and I are going to do is we're just going to read through this wall of text and give maybe our thoughts and speculations on what is going on. Because I don't think this is voice-acted text. I think this is in-game quest text or characters text while you're going through quest by a lot of it.
Yeah, I mean, some of it might be voice-acted, not like cutscene kind of text, but like in-game voice-acted, text bubble floating above their head and all that.
Comic book style.
Yeah.
So here we go. We're kind of picking up right here and in our unknown mail in our very top of the lines here. Our enemies remain one step ahead of us. We must close that gap. The time has come to call upon old allies in distant lands and to see the true might of the Alliance made whole again. Pack your bags and report to Stormwind Keep immediately. You're headed for Kul Tiras. And so I think this is kind of like our opening quest line after some events that happen in Battle for Azeroth when your character is being sent off now finally to Kul Tiras.
Yeah, and this unknown male who it mentions could be any number of people. It could be Matthias Shaw, Gen Greymane, probably not Anduin, because they're saying to go to Stormwind Keep, and I doubt he's not in Stormwind Keep.
He's like, hey, go to Stormwind Keep. I'm not there, but I'll be there later.
I'll catch up, guys. See ya.
Exactly. So then we get this is kind of a big spoiler right here. The Horde, unknown female, the Horde have just run wild through Stormwind, and you want to send me home. Now, I have some speculations on that. I think it's Jaina herself.
Well, and this text excerpt kind of almost confirms that.
Yeah.
As we get down further.
Absolutely. And she says, maybe, we think this is Jaina here, this unknown female. The next line, we should head for Zandalar immediately and deliver those animals to justice. Now, this still sounds like our charged, I hate the Horde Jaina, and you want to send me home. Kul Tiras is her home, and so who better to go with than Jaina? And then we have the unknown male. Underestimating our enemy has already cost us enough lives. There is now a more important task at hand, Jaina, something only you can do. I feel like this could be Gen, or it could be Anduin. I think it's Anduin, because the next line we think is Jaina. This is somebody else, actually, not Jaina. It says, my king, Lady Jaina's ship is ready to set sail. Thank you, Admiral. This hero will be joining her. Kul Tiras must pledge their fleet to the Alliance. Can I count on you, Jaina? I will see it done. I will do anything to defeat the Horde. So that's Jaina again right there. And then that is what I'm afraid of. Yeah,
so this clearly shows Jaina has not gotten over the Battle of the Broken Shore. The death of King Varian, the Horde being let into Dalaran, and probably even some of it is lasting resentment from Theramore.
And so Anduin's like, is this the right person for the job? Kind of like what we discussed in our video. Can she put her stuff aside and be a leader, or is she still going to be too wound up, like many others?
Yeah, and Anduin fully knows that, one, Jaina he doesn't know he can necessarily trust, but two, he knows she's the only one who can get them to Kul Tiras and kind of build this bridge back.
Yep, between these two nations. So we have Boralus, the capital of Kul Tiras, and a safe port of call in unsafe waters. And again, this is unknown female speaking here. The outer wall hosts a marketplace that is second to none. Merchants from all over Azeroth dock here to trade their goods. For most visitors, the market is all they ever see of Boralus. Beyond the Great Gate lies the city proper, and very few outsiders are allowed inside. Now, I'm assuming, again, as we continue on here, that this is Jaina, because this is somebody who is knowledgeable about this area that's taking us there. And only Jaina would know these things, really, of anyone that's taking us there. Unless we've got some other guide.
I mean, it could be that admiral that was mentioned before, as, this could be considered general knowledge that people know of Kul Tiras.
Yeah. I mean, but then we continue on. That's Proudmoore Keep at the end of the channel, imposing and unbreakable. And then I think it is Jaina from this line, definitely. Like my father for whom it was named. Like, that's Jaina.
That's got to be Jaina there.
And so I think this is all Jaina. I must admit, it feels good to be home. Okay? Then we see this in-game cinematic. Catherine rejects Jaina and exiles her. Player is arrested. Woohoo! Player wakes up in Boralus prison. 10 minutes of gameplay as they break out with Flynn. Talia brings them to a safe house in the harbor. I don't know who Flynn or Talia is, but these are probably characters talking in here as well. In-game cinematic sailing through, that was up here. So then we come down here. We've been arrested. We wake up. We're with these other characters. Sir, I don't see any sign of Notley, and the trail is impossible to follow in the storm. Curse it. We'll have to continue without him. Wait, what is that? This looks like ice magic. Jaina must have come this way. So we can really determine that we've been separated from Jaina at this point.
And it even says, you know, up in the in-game cutscene, Jaina has been exiled by her mother, of all people. And just to go on a little side view of this, I think this is actually going back to Warcraft 3 on why this is happening. While Jaina didn't kill her father, she did play a part in his death.
Yeah, she was with Thrall, Rexxar, and the rest of the Horde, and she helped them escape and let them loose, which in turn caused the very proud Dalen Proudmoore, who couldn't get the idea of the old Horde out of his head and listen to reason to Rexxar and Thrall, to stand down, and Jaina is even begging him to stand down, and Dalen gets killed for it. So she, inadvertently in a way, plays a hand in her own father's death.
Yeah, and there's a good chance Catherine, Jaina's mother, hasn't really gotten over that.
Exactly. So then we continue on. We must press deeper into the forest, form up, the beast bar the way, cut through them. There appears to be a structure in the distance. That must be where Jaina was headed. So we've been separated. Jaina's on her own little mission. We as the player are trying to find her. Then we have this unknown male. What? My apologies. I misspoke. So you are allied with House Proudmoore then. I imagine you've come here for news of Jaina. Then there's no other reason you'd come this far north. Well, you may have arrived just in time. Unknown male. Jaina's jailer arrived here only a few days ago to carry out her exile. If we hurry, we may be able to find her before it's too late. Unknown male again. What is this? A mainlander come to visit the wall. No doubt you want to get a glimpse of the cursed land of Drustvar without facing any of its real dangers. Go home. This is no place for travelers. So it looks like she's been exiled to Drustvar. We'll be going into the area of Drustvar, which is one of those things on the map. We're going to bring up some Battle for Azeroth footage here to hopefully find that map. But looks like that's our reason for going into this question area, is going after Jaina. Unknown male, I'll admit your courage surprises me, mainlander. Even though you are not from this place, you choose to put yourself in great peril to save one of ours. I only hope that your blade is as steady as your heart. We leave on your word. Unknown male again. Oh, we didn't get many mainlanders here at the wall. Are you looking for supplies? Unknown either gender. Marshal Reed sends orders to join the expedition to find Jaina. Again, still in the search. Jaina, she is the purpose of this expedition, but that's treason. So I think treason here is that Catherine has given her order that she's exiled, and you going after her and having some of these Kul Tiras NPC player characters with us, you know, they're in this debate like, well, if we don't listen to Catherine, it's treason.
Well, and this will cover it later down the line, but as we will soon come to find out, Catherine is not a no-name entity in Kul Tiras.
No. Jaina's mother has been very busy running the roost. Unknown male, I suspected that Marshall might be here for that reason, though I keep your voice down when mentioning that name around here. If he has need of me, I'll follow his orders, but it would be dereliction to leave without thinning out these beasts a hair. Take up a crossbow and assist me, mainlander. Hold your fire. It looks like we've got them on the run. Reward, you say? Well, that changes things. I'll just borrow some of the things we'll need here. These are all unknown males that are speaking. It might not be the same male. That should do it. Tell Marshal Reed that the Quartermaster Notley is reporting for duty. Now, Notley is a guy that we were looking for before up here in another text. Sir, I didn't see any sign of Notley. So now we found him, whatever role he's playing in this. He is a Quartermaster. We can see that, so he's probably got something we need. Halt, where exactly do you think you're going with my men, Marshal? Captain Denholm, I have conscripted these men for a special mission. I order you to stand aside and allow us to pass. By order of the Queen, none shall pass this gate, not even you. So we do have Kul Tiras people with us going against their leader's wishes, and we have a bit of a civil war at hand here. Not like a full war or anything, but people are not happy with each other. We don't have time for this, soldiers. Stand with me. Enough, I yield. You can pass, Reed, but the Queen will hear of this. You'll never set foot in Boralus again. Whew. That is a risk I must take, Captain. Soldiers on me. So Yeah, we got somebody who's really into this. Unknown female. Here we go. This be the path. This is very piratey. I have a feeling that they're not going to open the gate for us when we return. Yeah, I think they made that clear.
Yeah.
We will find a way. Mace, once we find Jaina. Thoughts, Yorick? It's likely she would have followed the road to look for shelter. Very well. That's where we will begin. So now we have these two other characters, Mace and Yorick. Don't know who is who in this whole thing. Halt, what is this? It looks like there are more than beasts in these woods. Do you think an exile did this? I wish I could believe they did. No, I think it's something much darker at work here. Come, we should keep moving. So we're going after Jaina, who's exiled into Drustvar. We get through the wall. They don't want to open it back up when we return because, you know, you stood defiant against Catherine. And now we start to see another plot point developing within the quest lining, or at least these script points here, that there's something darker at work in Drustvar.
Yeah.
Guess we're not going out this way, unknown male again. Let's try the other side. Let's find the head jailer for this cell block and get his key. All right, so we're doing a breakout. Told him he'd regret locking me up. Now where's my stuff? Mages, let us return to camp. We have much to study. Unknown male. It says mages. Maybe Kieran Tor? I don't know. Unknown female. Ashvane won't be happy about your little stunt. There are probably bounty hunters looking for you as we speak. You'll be safe in the market, though. They wouldn't dare try anything there. All right, so Ashvane is the other house that's very, prominent here in Kul Tiras. We'll get to this, yeah. Then we have unknown female. Kul Tiras is made up of many houses, but the real power is split between the Proudmoore and the Ashvane. House Proudmoore runs the military. The city guard and the Marines all answer to Lord Admiral Catherine Proudmoore. Henceforth, nobody wanting to go against her wishes. Technically, she rules the entire nation. I like that, technically. House Ashvane controls the nation's wealth. The Ashvane Company holds all the official state contracts for trade and production. Pretty much everybody works for them in one way or another, even the gangs.
So yeah, we basically have a power struggle here.
Mm-hmm.
One family owns the economy of Kul Tiras, while the other family owns the military.
And that is a heck of a thing to split, because those two things go hand in hand. And more importantly, I like this line, even the gangs. So we get some glimpse into the Ashvane family might not be the cleanest family in the world. They got some shady stuff going on.
Sometimes you need a leg breaker.
Sage is down for the violence. This market is full of travelers from all over Azeroth, unknown female, so it's heavily guarded. Still, I want to introduce you to a few folks you can trust in case anything happens. This could be Jaina talking again, because she seems knowledgeable. All this unknown female could be Jaina. I doubt she would refer to her own house as House Proudmoore. Maybe she would. Unknown, either gender, I am ready to make my decision. Sage, you were saying earlier when you looked at this, you think maybe that's a player character text quest?
It could be, because either gender, the game obviously wouldn't know who the gender of your character is, because it's different for every player.
Yep. So maybe that's our, little cue to pick something here. Unknown female, I grew up hearing tales of the great kingdom of Lordaeron, and tales of its fall. I want to see it with my own eyes. Now, I don't think that that's Jaina, because Jaina's seen that.
Yeah.
Everything here changed when Dalen Proudmoore was defeated. Jaina must have had her reasons, right? And now they're going back to that Warcraft 3 reference, which is why maybe Lady Catherine is still upset and exiled her.
Yeah.
The reasons for helping betray her father in a way.
Well, and going to the line, everything changed when he was defeated. As we've already been shown above and at BlizzCon, Kul Tiras is made up of different houses that are all kind of not working together. So think about it like this. The person keeping everything together on the island was probably Dalen Proudmoore. And when he died, there's a power vacuum right there.
And what happens when you have a power vacuum? Everybody goes up to fill it.
So when she says, the unknown female, everything here changed when Dalen Proudmoore was defeated, that's probably pretty literal. This also probably goes back to why Kul Tiras has not played any part prior to this in WoW. Because they literally can't play any part. They are in deadlock on their own matters.
On their own island, nonetheless, So yeah, that's an excellent point, Sage. Unknown female, Cyrus has looked after me since I was a child. I wish he would recognize that I'm not a child anymore. I don't know who Cyrus is. But this is interesting. Unknown female again. There's an old saying here in Kul Tiras. When something goes wrong, old sailors will shrug it off and proclaim, "You cannot change the winds." I hate that saying. Whoever this character is, if it's Jaina here on these two lines, I really like that. or if it's some other character, I like this character already. Because they're not somebody who wants to sit back and be reactive or passive. This is somebody who wants to be proactive and assertive.
I have a feeling that this is a new character we will come to know.
I think you're right. I think you're totally right. And then we get down here to this last line. Like, this quest line involves in something just really going crazy and wrong. And it's either gender on all these lines. Catherine would see us all drown. I will throw you to the waves. Kul Tiras has no need of the alliance. They will find your body in the harbor. Whew. So something's going down. There's a battle somewhere on the water or on a dock or on a boat, and things are getting crazy, but it seems like Catherine is involved as somebody who's acting violently.
See, with this, I don't know if that's necessarily one character or if you get attacked by, like, a mob of characters at this point.
Yeah.
Because that could just be battle cries, you know, when a mob attacks you, the text bubble floats above their head. That could be a group of, like, sailors or something who you get on their bad side a little bit.
The very people we ticked off with the stunt at the gate and trying to free Jaina. Yeah. Yeah, could totally be. You're totally right. That could be just, you know, people coming at you. And that could be either gender why it's there. And then we have unknown male. Jaina, I never lost faith that when the hour grew darkest, you would stand with us once more. I feel like this is a major alliance leader saying this. And I feel like this really establishes that, at least for the start and the opening stuff that we're doing in Battle for Azeroth, Jaina will be coming back to the Alliance through all this.
If I had to guess who that last line is, my money's on Anduin. Because that, for one thing, the wording feels like something he'd say.
Yeah, about never losing faith in somebody and Anduin trying to be that, you know, light in the darkness type person.
And we also know that Jaina and Anduin have had moments together.
I think there's a lot of stuff here to pull out of here, a lot of things to put some conjecture on, but really excited about how this looks like we're going to play out. It looks like everything we do has a purpose as a player character within the questing here and being involved with Jaina, and that is exciting to me, to have a reason for why we go where we go besides, hey, something bad's going on over there, you should go check it out.
Well, one thing I do like about the sound of this, because this sounds like it's the main quest line of Kul Tiras, is that instead of just going there and doing a whole lot of chores for Catherine and the different houses, we're actually sounding like we're making things worse before we make things better.
Yeah, getting involved in this power struggle that the vacuum has created with Dalen dying and trying to sort out which house is in charge of what.
Yeah, because I would have hated if we go there and the Queen's like, yeah, I want, you know, 30 wolf tails, you know, to fuel our economy before I'll help the Alliance.
The very old crappy quests.
Yeah.
Go get me some stuff, because I don't want to walk over there.
Yeah. So, you know, the fact that this kind of has some intrigue to it.
Yeah, it has a narrative woven through it as we go through this. I'm really excited for it. I'm excited to see that Jaina will be returning to the Alliance, but not without going through some own struggles, looking at herself, what happened with her father, confronting her mother, being exiled by her people, having to face what happened in Warcraft 3, and then still trying to deal with this burning animosity towards the Horde right here in the beginning. Like, I think we're going to see her grow as the character we want to see her grow as.
If Legion was Illidan's story, I think that Battle for Azeroth is really going to focus more on Jaina and going through her tale.
Which could be a pro and a con, because the Horde lore side got really ignored in Legion. I'm hoping there's a character for the Horde that has a ton of development too, like Sylvanas.
Yeah.
All right, well, as with always, you know, hit that like, hit that subscribe. Thank you so much for being a subscriber here and watching our videos. Leave a comment down below. Let us know what you think. If you have any thoughts on who is speaking here or any of the characters that are brought up, we would love to see your thoughts and opinions on this, because there's so much to take out of here that just doesn't make sense on its own.
And smash that bell icon if you want to stay notified and never miss a video.
Peace.